So I'm going to show you a little bit about what this rig can do for the character here. So we have our character, and you can see I've set up a basic skeleton. Actually, it has some pretty neat features though. So this is something that just XSI has. It's called a Synoptic menu, and I've set it all up here. Basically, what it has is hot links to scripts. And by clicking on these, I can select all the bones. You can also just go ahead and select them straight through the program, but it's just a little bit quicker this way. And if I grab the hips or something like that, I can move him around and he's rigged. Now this is just the shadow rig, not the completed model, so there's not as much detail here. But if I if I want to move him around, it's not a problem. He's got independent hip control attached to his upper body with a quaternion spine. He can do pretty much anything that you need him to do. He's got both IK and FK, so I can do it through rotations or through an effector. And he's got a complete foot roll, which is pretty handy. You can see he can rotate and move his feet. He also can move his toe independently of his foot, and the foot roll, which is a very nice feature. It'll actually allow him to roll his foot up as he walks, which makes for some easier walking cycles animation than running in that. And I still have complete control over his knees up vectors, his elbows up vectors, in the arms. And I got a chest controller, so he can move forward, he can pivot and rotate, pretty much do everything he needs to do. So it's pretty easy to pose him here. You see I have actually some keying controls right here, so I can key his upper body, just his head, just the arms, just the lower body, and I can key all. And what's nice about this is I can key a pose, and then if I find out that I don't like that pose, I can delete it, which will delete the keys on that frame, or I can head back to a neutral pose if I'm having problems. I've also got some additional controls here. I can hide skeleton for viewing animations. I can swap in a high-res model as soon as we get the high-res model finished. I can hide just his legs or just his arms, which helps for walk cycles and some other things. Eventually I'll have a hand and face menu, as you can see here, when we get the finished model in. We have some more controls over it, but already there's some neat features I can show you. If I grab his head here, I've got some secondary animation going on his ears. I don't know how well you can see that, but they'll actually they'll flop back and forth, and you can actually do some pretty neat stuff like that. So there's some follow-through animation there. That'll go along well with the cloth on the body and our other simulation. And then the facial rig will be done after the high-res model is completed. So that's pretty much what our model can do. It's pretty simple but very effective. So you can quickly pose out anything that you need. Anyways, if you have any questions or suggestions you'd like to submit, please go to the forums or email me. Thanks for working on this project and checking this. Alright.